Next couple of hours
in Utica, and a big one at that. The Comets get set to host the Syracuse Crunch, the big rivalry, at the Adirondack Bank Center just under 2 hours from now, and that's where we'll find Sports Director Spencer Davidson joining us live to get us ready for puck drop. Spencer, good evening.
Good evening, Jason. Hello, everyone. Is there anything better on a Friday than closing out the work week with a little high-stakes battle between rivals? I think not. Here at the Odd tonight, the Comets take on the Crunch for the 11th meeting of the season between these division foes. And for Utica, it's essentially a playoff game. The Comets have some ground to make up in the standings and are running out of time to do so. Taking a look at the North Division picture right now coming into tonight, you can see the Comets are sitting in the basement of the division in 7th place with 47 points, 4 back of the Laval Rocket in 6th with 51. Though the Rocket have played 2 more games than the Comets so far. Now, the key here is getting to that 5th place spot, the final qualifying spot for the Calder Cup playoffs. Right now, Utica is 5 back of the Toronto Marlies for 5th. Each team has 25 games remaining in the regular season. So it's certainly not an insurmountable deficit by any stretch, but every game from here on out is crucial, as you can't let points slip away any further. The Comets come in off a dominant win over the 3rd place Rochester Americans, but are 6-4 in their last 10 and really need to be on a slightly better pace the rest of the way to give themselves a chance. It'll be a tough task tonight against the 2nd place Crunch, but if there was ever a game to get up for, this is it. It's the first of a home-and-home set this weekend, with the teams playing again out in Syracuse on Sunday. So, as we enter a very important weekend slate, head coach Kevin Dineen gave his thoughts on the team's mentality heading into this final playoff push.
We're at a stage in the season that it's not desperation, but I think we're dealing with individuals that really understand that there's no feeling our way into things. There has to be a level of urgency by our group, game to game and every period, that we put ourselves in a situation that there's a hill to climb, and I like the way our game is trending right now. We got to take advantage of this time off, work on a few areas, and be ready to hit the ice on Friday.
Well, it is now Friday. The Comets and Crunch hit the ice here for warm-ups in just over an hour from now, with puck drop for the game set for 7. I'll dive more into this matchup specifically tonight at 6. Also coming your way tonight, it is a Friday, and that, of course, means it is Sports Express, a playoff edition, as a matter of fact. The Section 3 quarterfinals continues tonight in both boys and girls basketball. We have a lot of local teams looking to stay in the hunt and keep their season alive for a Section title. We'll highlight a bunch of all local matchups here tonight, including Frankfurt Schuyler versus Hamilton in Class C on the boys' side, Mount Markham Hamilton in Class C on the girls' side, and Dolgeville against Westmoreland girls in Class C. We'll also have RFA hosting Baldwinsville boys in a Class AAA quarterfinal matchup, and we'll feature our athlete of the week, who you may see in some highlights tonight, Madeline Enos of Westmoreland girls basketball. We'll hear from her about a historical milestone she just reached, and we'll have scores from the rest of the sectional slate, as well as what's to come still tomorrow. It is a busy night here on News Channel 2 Sports, but we really wouldn't have it any other way. Again, I will have more on this matchup here tonight at the Adirondack Bank Center between the Utica Comets and Syracuse Crunch. Whew, what a night we got in store. Jason, I hope you brought your extra butter popcorn.
Triple butter. You bet I'll be watching. All right, thanks, Spencer. Here's what the team's working on for...
And thank you for joining us for Hockey Night in Utica here at the Adirondack Bank Center, where tonight the Utica Comets host North Division rival Syracuse Crunch in the first of a crucial crucial home this weekend. Now, the Comets have some ground to make up in the standings with just 25 games left in the regular season to do so. So I think it's safe to say that we've reached the final playoff push here, with every game from here on out essentially giving postseason vibes. Now, the Comets and Crunch are meeting tonight for the 11th time this year. Utica has fared relatively well against Syracuse overall. They're 5-3-2-0 against their arch rival in the season series, but Syracuse has gotten the better of the matchup in 3 of the last 4. The Comets come off a dominating performance against the Rochester Americans on Sunday, but sit in the basement of the division in 7th place. They're 5 back of the Toronto Marlies in the 5th and final playoff spot, again with 25 games to go. So it's go time. Utica needs every point it can to have a chance at a postseason return. And it'll be quite the challenge tonight, as the Crunch are a good road team, going 14-9-0-1 away from Syracuse. They've won 2 of the 5 against the Comets here at the Odd this year. On the flip side, Utica has struggled with a rare sub-500 record at home this year at 10-11-1-3. If you think we're aware of the circumstances, you better believe the team is highly educated on their situation. Earlier in the week, head coach Kevin Dineen spoke about the importance of this weekend set and what to expect.
I think we're at a stage in the season where there's no feeling our way into things. We understand we put ourselves in a hard spot. We're playing one of the top teams in our division, and that's a real good challenge for us. There's always a high level of compete and intensity when the Crunch and the Comets face each other, so it has the makings of a good weekend.
Well, a couple of Comets wins would certainly make it a good weekend for the team, who needs all the points they can get to stay in this playoff hunt. Puck drop here tonight at 7. Then these teams will wrap up the home and home in Syracuse on Sunday. Also coming up tonight at 11, it's another edition of Sports Express, a playoff edition. The Section 3 quarterfinals in both boys and girls basketball continuing tonight. We have a lot of teams looking to remain in the hunt for a Section 3 title, including a lot of all-local battles that are coming your way tonight. And then that includes Mount Markham Hamilton on Class C on the girls' side. Before that, Frankfurt Schuyler versus Hamilton in Class C on the boys' side. Also, Dolgeville visiting Westmoreland girls in Class C. And in Class AAA, quarterfinal match between RFA and Baldwinsville boys. And we'll also feature our athlete of the week, who you may very well see in some of our highlights tonight. It's Madeline Enos of Westmoreland Girls Hoops, and she just accomplished a major historical milestone. We'll hear from her about that. We'll also have scores from the rest of the sectional slate, as well as what's to come tomorrow as the section quarterfinals wrap up. Now again, here tonight, it is a double feature, Hockey Night and Sports Express. What a night it should be here at the Odd. The Comets and Crunch getting set to face off in just over a half hour from now. Warm-up set to begin in just a few minutes from now. Highlights, scores, and more coming your way tonight on the Hockey Night Sports Express double feature. I'll see you then, and we'll be back to wrap up the 6 after the break.
This is Sports Express, brought to you by the law offices of Ricardo J. Morrow, GPO Federal Credit Union, Herkimer College, and Scalzo, Zogby, and Wittig Insurance.
Welcome back aboard the Express. We're moving to the ice now, and a huge weekend for the Utica Comets. With just 25 games left in the regular season, they've got some work to do as they sit 5 points out of a playoff spot coming into tonight.
Yeah, the Comets, they were in 7th place in the North Division coming into tonight. They begin a home-and-home weekend set against arch rival Syracuse, who comes into the weekend in 2nd place.
It is Hockey Night in Utica at the Adirondack Bank Center. Nothing better than this, right? It's the 11th meeting of the year between the throughway rivals as Akira Schmid returned between the pipes for the Comets after his latest stint up in New Jersey. Early in the first, Comets generating chances. Less than 90 seconds in, Arnaud Durando with the spin-around backhander. Matt Tompkins the save. The puck comes loose, but a quick whistle stops play, and then the rivals wasting no time getting reacquainted. Just over 7 minutes in, Crunch getting something going. Gage Gonzalez with the one-timer in front. Schmid the save and hangs on. No score after 1. To the second, power play, Syracuse. Gabriel Fortier feeds Joe Carroll backdoor, and that's a rip. No chance for Schmid. Crunch breakthrough first and lead by 1. Later in the frame, Utica shorthanded again, but this time a big opportunity. Max Willman all alone to the backhand, but what a save by Tompkins. Shuts the door with the skate to keep the Comets off the board. But where there's a Willman, there's a way. Just over 5 minutes to play, middle frame. Utica man up now. Willman off the cross-ice feed from Durando. This time buries it. Utica finally solves Tompkins and ties it at 1. Syracuse, though, not done in the period. 70 seconds to go. Declan Carlisle walks in and fires a heat seeker, post and in. Crunch retake the lead, And that'd be it for the scoring. Comets fall 2-1. These teams back at it in Syracuse on Sunday.
And one more big event for you tonight. The New York State Boys Wrestling Tournament got underway at MVP Arena in Albany today. And after 3 rounds of competition, well, we have multiple locals making it all the way to tomorrow's semifinals. All local semifinalists